The world remembers a time before history, a cataclysm shrouded in myth. But what if the myths were echoes of a terrifying truth? Imagine an instant when Earth's very axis shuddered, when fire rained from the heavens, and the oceans rose with unnatural fury. This was no ordinary shift, it was a cosmic blow, reshaping continents and erasing civilizations. 12,900 years ago, Earth plunged into an inexplicable deep freeze, the Younger Dryas. It arrived with terrifying speed, shattering a warming trend and extinguishing the megafauna. But the conventional explanations fall short. They cannot account for the sheer suddenness, the global reach of this profound environmental shockwave. This wasn't merely a climate hiccup, it was an abrupt, violent reversal. Within decades, temperatures plummeted, ice sheets surged, and a vibrant world was plunged into an Arctic embrace. What force could unleash such devastation, turning the clock back on an entire planet, erasing a flourishing epoch in a blink of geological time? For decades, scientists grappled with this enigma. Then, a radical hypothesis emerged, a cosmic impact. Not a single, localized asteroid, but a swarm of cometary fragments, slamming into the Laurentide Ice Sheet and beyond, unleashing an energy beyond comprehension. This wasn't a theory born of speculation alone. Across North America and Europe, a distinct geological signature began to surface, a mysterious dark layer, an ominous marker laid down precisely at the onset of the Younger Dryas. It was called the Black Mat, a global shroud of evidence. The Black Mat wasn't just dirt. It was a forensic report from a planetary crime scene. Embedded within its charcoal-rich depths were microscopic clues, evidence of an event so violent, so utterly destructive, it defied terrestrial explanation. The story of a cosmic impact began to unfold. Among these microscopic revelations were nanodiamonds. These aren't formed by volcanic activity or forest fires, they are products of immense, instantaneous pressure and heat, pressures akin to a cosmic impact. Their presence, spread across continents, points to an extraterrestrial origin. Accompanying the nanodiamonds were fullerenes, spherical carbon molecules, some containing trapped extraterrestrial helium. These buckyballs act as tiny time capsules, preserving gases from beyond our atmosphere, irrefutably linking the black mat to space itself. Then came the Iridium. This rare element is scarce in Earth's crust but abundant in asteroids and comets. Elevated concentrations of iridium within the black mat, far above background levels, provided yet another powerful piece of the cosmic puzzle. The evidence was mounting. Further forensic analysis revealed magnetic microspherules, tiny molten droplets of material that solidified in flight. These spherules, often containing platinum group elements, are characteristic of high-temperature impacts, not typical terrestrial processes. The signature was unmistakable. The sheer scale of these markers, nanodiamonds, fullerenes, iridium, microspherules, found across a continental expanse, defied any localized event. This was a global catastrophe, an impact winter ignited by celestial fire, not just a regional disaster. The Earth was scarred. The primary target, it is theorized, was the vast Laurentide Ice Sheet, then covering much of North America. An impact here would not only unleash immense energy but trigger a cascade of secondary effects, unlike anything humanity had ever witnessed. The instantaneous melting of miles-thick ice would have unleashed unimaginable volumes of fresh water. This wasn't a gentle thaw, it was a cataclysmic deluge, a torrent that ripped through landscapes, carving new riverbeds and erasing ancient ones in mere days. The sudden influx of vast quantities of fresh water into the North Atlantic disrupted the thermohaline circulation, the ocean's vital conveyor belt. This singular event, born of impact, plunged the Northern Hemisphere into a deep, prolonged ice age, the Younger Dryas. The impact wasn't just a physical blow, it was a biological reset. Megafauna, already facing environmental pressures, were pushed to extinction by the sudden climate shift and habitat destruction. Mammoth, saber-toothed cats, and giant ground sloths vanished from the Earth. But the implications extend far beyond geology and paleontology. If advanced prehistoric civilizations existed, particularly along fertile coastlines or on islands, they would have been utterly annihilated. Their cities, their knowledge, swallowed by the rising tides and inferno. Consider the vast, unexplored depths of our oceans. What secrets lie beneath the waves, remnants of cultures lost to a cataclysmic flood? This impact theory provides a terrifying mechanism for such a global wipeout, leaving only fragmented memories in human folklore. The sudden destruction of advanced coastal societies would have fragmented survivors, plunging them into a desperate struggle for survival. Knowledge, technology, and social structures would have dissolved, replaced by a primal fight against a new, brutal world. This cataclysmic reset offers a compelling explanation for the missing link in human technological progression. Why did seemingly advanced cultures suddenly vanish, only for humanity to seemingly restart with simpler tools and a struggle for survival? The geological record shows a stark shift. Before the Younger Dryas, evidence of complex hunter-gatherer societies, even early forms of monumental architecture, hinted at an accelerating trajectory. After a profound regression, a world struggling to rebuild from the ashes. Consider the vast global flood myths, from Noah to Utnapishtim, from indigenous American legends to ancient Hindu texts. These aren't isolated tales, they are echoes, persistent across cultures, of a shared, traumatic memory of a world drowned. Could the impact be their common origin? The evidence of megafloods isn't just theoretical. Geological formations like the Channeled Scablands in Washington state, carved by colossal, sudden water discharges, point to catastrophic floods far beyond normal riverine processes. These were scars of a drowned world. The sheer force required to carve such features suggests meltwater from an ice sheet, released not gradually, but in an instant. The comet impact provides the explosive trigger, transforming miles of ice into a raging, planetary torrent, reshaping the land itself. The rapid ice melt would have also caused sudden, dramatic sea level rise. Coastal settlements, even those built on slightly elevated ground, would have been inundated, their inhabitants forced to flee or perish. The coastal plains, cradles of early civilization, became graveyards. This wasn't a gentle, gradual inundation. The evidence points to sudden, violent surges, tsunamis generated by impacts into oceans or the instantaneous collapse of ice sheets into vast bodies of water. Waves of unimaginable height would have scoured coastlines bare. The destruction would have been comprehensive. Not just physical structures, but entire ecosystems, agricultural lands, and critical resources would have been annihilated. The survivors faced a barren, frozen, and unrecognizable world, stripped of its former abundance. The Younger Dryas Impact theory challenges our fundamental understanding of human history. It suggests that civilization is not a linear progression, but a fragile construct, vulnerable to cosmic forces that can reset the clock in an instant, forcing a reboot of humanity. The discovery of an impact layer at the Younger Dryas boundary is not without its detractors. Critics argue about the precise nature of the impactors or the extent of its global reach. Yet, the sheer volume and diversity of evidence continue to challenge conventional models. New sites, new evidence, continue to emerge. Submerged anomalies off the coast of Cuba, the Bimini Road, and other underwater structures, once dismissed as natural formations, are being re-examined through the lens of a cataclysmic flood event. The ocean holds secrets. The implications for understanding the rapid development of agriculture and settled societies post-Younger Dryas are profound. Did the survivors, traumatized and scattered, carry fragmented knowledge that allowed them to rapidly innovate, or was it a desperate necessity? This theory suggests a cyclical nature to civilization, where periods of advancement are punctuated by cosmic interventions, forcing humanity to perpetually rebuild. Our hubris in believing in an uninterrupted ascent may be our greatest blind spot. The pursuit of the Younger Dryas Impact theory is more than just academic, it's a quest to understand our true past, to piece together the shattered narrative of prehistoric humanity. What if our origins are far more dramatic, far more perilous, than we dare to imagine? The evidence of platinum group elements, beyond just iridium, further strengthens the case. Platinum, palladium, and rhodium, found in concentrations far exceeding terrestrial norms, paint a picture of an alien arrival, a cosmic dust settled across a ravaged world. The sudden onset of widespread wildfires, evidenced by charcoal and soot layers in the black mat, could only have been triggered by immense heat, far beyond natural forest fires. The atmospheric consequences would have been catastrophic, plunging Earth into darkness. The debate continues, but the Younger Dryas Impact theory has moved from fringe speculation to serious scientific consideration. It demands we re-evaluate established timelines, question accepted narratives, and confront the possibility of a world reset by celestial events. Every new discovery, every microscopic particle, every geological anomaly, brings us closer to understanding the true nature of this cataclysm. The Earth itself holds the memory, etched in layers of sediment, waiting for us to decipher its harrowing tale. What if our ancestors, survivors of this cosmic hammer blow, carried not only the trauma but also fragmented wisdom, seeding new civilizations with echoes of a lost golden age? Could this explain the sudden appearance of advanced knowledge in seemingly primitive cultures? The Younger Dryas Comet Impact theory forces us to confront our cosmic vulnerability. It reminds us that our planet is not an isolated sanctuary, but a small vessel sailing through a dangerous cosmos, where destiny can be altered by a single, unforeseen encounter. The shadow of the Younger Dryas hangs over us, a stark reminder that even the most advanced societies can be brought to their knees. It's a warning from deep time, urging us to look beyond the immediate, to understand the forces that truly shape our existence. The Younger Dryas Impact was not merely a geological event, it was a cataclysmic reset, a celestial hammer that forged our world anew. It erased a chapter of history, leaving us with fragments and myths, a profound mystery waiting to be fully unearthed. What other truths lie buried beneath the black mat?